Millionaire husband leaves his pregnant wife. It was a warm evening when Olivia sat alone in their beautiful house on the edge of Marston Bay. She was waiting for her husband, Michael, to come home. The house was quiet, the sun was setting, and Olivia's thoughts were racing. She was 6 months pregnant, a time in her life when everything should have felt exciting. But today it felt different. Her husband, Michael, who was once so loving and kind, had been acting distant lately. He worked long hours and often came home late, hardly speaking to her, barely even acknowledging her growing belly. Olivia remembered how they met. She was a young artist, struggling to make a name for herself, while Michael was a successful businessman with a fast paced life. They met at a charity event, and their connection was instant. Michael admired Olivia's creativity, and she was drawn to his ambition. Soon they were inseparable. Michael proposed to her in a fancy restaurant with a diamond ring, and they married within a year. Life was perfect. But now things had changed. The more money Michael made, the more distant he became. It wasn't about love anymore. It was about status, about showing off wealth. Olivia had tried to adjust to the glamorous lifestyle, but it never felt like home. The fancy dinners, the trips to luxury places, it all felt empty without his attention. Tonight, however, was different. Olivia was waiting for him, as usual, but tonight she had decided to ask him what was going on. She needed answers. When Michael finally walked through the door, he didn't look at her. He simply dropped his briefcase on the floor and sat on the couch, staring at his phone. Michael, we need to talk, Olivia said, her voice shaking with emotion. She stood up and walked over to him, placing a hand gently on his shoulder. You've been distant. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't the man I married. He looked up at her, his eyes cold. Olivia, don't make this harder than it needs to be, he said flatly. What do you mean? I'm your wife. I'm carrying your child, she said, tears welling up in her eyes. Why are you acting like this? I'm doing this for us, for our future. I work hard every day to provide for you, for the baby. Michael replied, his tone dismissive. But you don't understand. You don't know how hard it is to keep up with everything, the money, the clients, the expectations. It's not easy. Olivia felt a sharp pain in her chest. She had supported him through everything, even when it meant sacrificing her own dreams. She had always believed in him, but now it seemed as if he didn't believe in her or in their future together. I understand more than you think, she whispered, trying to hold back her tears. I just want you to be here with me. I want you to be part of our baby's life. Michael stood up and turned away from her. I'm not ready for this. I need space, Olivia. I think it's best if we take a break. Olivia froze. What? A break? Michael, we're about to have a baby. You can't just walk away now. I need you here. But Michael didn't look back. He grabbed his coat and walked out the door, leaving Olivia standing there alone and heartbroken. The next morning, Olivia found herself sitting at their kitchen table, staring out at the bay. The life she had built with Michael, the dreams they had shared, now seemed like a distant memory. She was alone in their huge house, the sound of the waves crashing against the shore, a reminder of the emptiness she felt inside. But as the day went on, something changed within her. She had always been a strong woman, and now she knew she needed to find the strength again. She was about to become a mother. She couldn't let Michael's actions define her. She had a life to live, a child to raise, and dreams of her own. That evening, Michael returned. He was carrying a small suitcase, and his face was hard as he walked into the house. I'm sorry, he said, his voice distant. I think it's time we end this. I've made up my mind. You'll be better off without me. Olivia stood up, her heart racing. No, Michael, I don't need you. I never needed you to be rich. I married you because I loved you. But now I realize I can do this on my own. You've made your choice. You want a life full of money and success. But I want a life full of love and family. I won't let you tear us apart. She felt her confidence growing, and for the first time in a long time, she felt free. Michael didn't look surprised, but the coldness in his eyes seemed to soften. For a moment, I thought you would need me, he said quietly. I thought I could give you everything. I don't need everything, Michael, Olivia replied, tears finally falling from her eyes. I just need love, and I'll give that love to our child. Over the next few weeks, Michael's absence became more permanent. Olivia focused on herself, on her pregnancy, and on the future she could build. She found support from friends and family, and even though it was difficult, she was stronger than ever. She worked hard, taking care of her health and preparing for the baby. She enrolled in online courses to continue her education and began making plans for a future as an independent woman and mother. Months passed and Olivia gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, whom she named Lily. As she held her daughter in her arms for the first time, she felt a sense of peace she had never known before. She knew that she could raise her child alone without the need for a man who didn't love her the way she deserved. Years later, Olivia looked out at Marston Bay, the place where everything had changed. She had built a successful career as a freelance designer, and her daughter, Lily, was growing up in a home full of love and happiness. She never forgot the pain she had felt when Michael left, but she had learned to turn that pain into strength. She had learned that true wealth wasn't about money, but about love, resilience, and the ability to stand strong on her own 2 feet. And as she watched the sunset over the bay, Olivia knew that she had made the right choice. She didn't need Michael. She was enough, and her daughter Lily would always know the importance of being true to herself, no matter what anyone else thought. Life tips for building strengths and independence. Believe in yourself. Don't wait for someone else to validate your worth. Believe in your ability to achieve your dreams. Find your own happiness. True happiness comes from within. Focus on what makes you happy and surround yourself with love and positivity. Don't settle. If someone doesn't treat you with the respect you deserve, let them go. You deserve someone who truly loves and supports you. Embrace change. Life may throw unexpected challenges your way, but change can lead to growth and new opportunities. Never stop learning. Education and self improvement are key to building independence and confidence. Always keep learning and growing.